All right, what's going on, guys? I got Johnny Robinson here. Johnny is the co-founder of the Home Service Academy, and these guys are like literally the best in the game at helping people launch remote cleaning businesses. At this point, you guys have helped thousands of people get started on their journey of launching remote cleaning businesses, like actual legends in the industry. So appreciate you for jumping on, man.
I'm flattered, man. No, thanks for having me. I'm super pumped to do this.
Yes, sir. And this interview is probably going to be a little different than ones you've done in the past. Obviously, we could talk about, low ticket offers, high ticket offers, webinars, organic, paid media. You guys have kind of done everything, but what I want to focus on today is in-person events. We've actually worked with you on a few events, and they've gone really well. And we're seeing a unique trend in the industry right now, where as AI is becoming more integrated into the info industry, into the online education industry, people are kind of seeking out more in-person experiences or companies that they can work with that have an in-person component to them. So I kind of want to talk about that, see what your perspective is, and we can kind of jam from there if that sounds good.
Sounds good to me, man. Let's do it.
Sweet man. Well, I want to take it back to when we first actually got connected a few years ago, when you guys were just looking to do an in-person event. You hadn't done one yet. Your business was crushing it. You had a lot of clients that were crushing it, and you guys wanted to, bring them together in person. What was that initial motivation for you guys to be like, okay, we've built this business, it's going well. Now we want to do an in-person event for our people.
The main motivation was like we have a front end and a back end, right? So we have a and we help people start cleaning businesses. So they typically would come in on the front end. We help them start their cleaning business. They would typically get, say, their first 5, 10K, 15, 20K per month
Mhm.
in sales. And then be like, oh my gosh, okay, this is working. Like now, how do I grow and scale it? That's when we introduced the back end. Part of the back end, what we always wanted to do was have a live event. Um, because, as I've been in business longer, I've always gotten a ton of value out of going to in-person events and just being like, hey, I'm going to fly here or fly there and go to this conference or this mastermind so I can learn all about how I can grow my business. And I kind of wanted to do that for our clients and bring out, some of the biggest names in cleaning
Mhm.
and help, everybody build a bigger, better business. And did I answer what was the original question?
Yeah, just kind of like the main why, like why,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you guys I feel
just
like you guys could have, in the online world, you can always stay online, like you can just stay there and coast, bring in your revenue, keep it all virtual. But like there was something that motivated you guys to want to do something in person. So kind of just like gaining that understanding.
yeah, like one of our core values is Chick-fil-A level of service, right? And I just feel like in-person events kind of take that. It kind of like exemplifies that in a way where, to your point, you don't just be like, all right, yeah, I'm going to show up for my group coaching calls. I'm going to like respond to some things in Slack for you, help you out that way. Like you take that, you take it a step further by actually like, breaking bread with these people, talking to them in person, having like a really cool freaking venue that, they're like, oh my gosh, I spent, our back end's at least 10 grand. So, um, I spent 10 grand and like, wow, they're really like reinvesting into, the product and the service that they're delivering, right? And I had maybe I'm jumping ahead here, but I had no idea what a live event would actually do. But to answer your question, that was the motivation. But like the results that came from it, was awesome as far as just like overall buy-in, um, conversion not only to Accelerator, but conversion on renewals again for a second, third, or fourth year.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was just amazing. Even the first one, the second one was even better.
Yeah, yeah. That was actually the second question I had for you. I wanted to kind of hear from your perspective. There's a clear before and after now from you guys doing these live events. We've done a few. I think we've done two together for the last 2 years. What have they done for your business? Both like we can talk about the quantitative stuff, but also like the qualitative stuff. Like what have they done for the community, like the atmosphere? Because like honestly, us being like an outside partner, like we almost feel a part of that community now. Because like I've seen your members a few times. I've had conversations with the same people. I've seen them grow their business. So like at the second event, I came in and I was like, "Oh, what's up, bro? Like, how's the business going?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, I scaled to like 45K. I was at 10K when I saw
Yeah.
you last." So like we feel like we're kind of a part of the community, but I kind of want to hear what these events have done for you guys. For you guys, for your clients, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, yeah, it's been freaking awesome, dude. Like, and it's funny because like I always get a little nervous before a live event because like, dude, they're not cheap, right?
Yeah.
Um, but they're so worth it, and like you give so much time, preparation. You're like, oh my gosh, how's this gonna go? Especially in the first one. Second one was a little bit better, but like every time you show up there and you're like, I've got to like. I've got to do more of these. I got to do 2 year. I got to do 3 year. I do 4 year, right? Because just being able to one see, like, okay, I started this business, teaching, the skill or providing the service, whatever, And, all these people decided to trust me, and then not only trust me, but get the result, and then choose to spend their own money to then fly out and connect in person. And then seeing all of those individual people that I had, individual conversations with, or maybe our sales team had individual conversations with, all starting to connect. I mean, we had like the second event recently in November. We had um, a group of like 8 or 9 of our women, our female clients share an Airbnb to like save on cost, but they were like going out on the town, like hanging out, connecting, and
So
like these
fun,
are
dude.
like lifelong friendships that people are building inside the community, and most of those are being cultivated at these live events. Like some started year one when we did our first event in Scottsdale, and then you see them, it's kind of like clicky now in year two, where it's like, oh, you've got people who are like gravitating towards their own clique and stuff. So outside of even just like obviously increasing conversions, increasing lifetime value for our clients, overall just having a higher NPS score,
Mhm.
um, and satisfaction, rating on our service and what we do, like it's just awesome. It's just awesome
Mhm.
to see. It's a good feeling to, get everyone together. Um, so yeah,
Totally. Yeah, that's
that
awesome.
makes sense to answer your
Yeah,
question.
that makes a ton of
Yeah.
sense, dude. And that's what's cool about the model we run with you guys. Obviously, there's like ascension events where the whole goal for the event is to like enroll new clients into an offer. The most iconic example, I guess Tony Robbins has been doing these for a long time, but like Funnel Hacking Live is a huge ascension event for Russell and the ClickFunnels community. But for you guys, the events are focused on fulfillment, building that community, increasing lifetime value, getting renewals and stuff like that. Obviously, with yours, we kind of like did a little hybrid between like ascension and fulfillment, but it's cool to see the impact and the value that like fulfillment events have on the community in the back end of a business like yours. So definitely cool for you to shout that out. Now, going back to like prior to event number one and even event number two, once you guys decided that you wanted to do an event, what made you want to like find somebody else to like partner with to run the event for you? Because obviously you guys could have probably done it internally, but we ended up working with you guys to do the event. What made you kind of seek out a partner to help you bring the event to life?
If you've never done an event and you're having like a bunch of people there and they're paying you a lot of money and like you're adding this on, like do not do it yourself, dude. I know I didn't one like I'm a big proponent of like, okay, if I don't know how to do something, I'm gonna either hire for it or seek out some type of education or coaching around whatever skill I'm trying to learn. In
Hmm.
the case of live events isn't like the main thing in the business. And typically, when something's not the main thing, I'm going to hire out for it.
Hmm.
And you guys had a ton of experience with somebody who's doing something very similar to us, just kind of a different niche. And so it just made too much sense, right? Like, I'm not going to go and do all the event logistics, have to build like my Rolodex of connections. So I know, like, hey, here's a good AV guy. Here's like a good person who can do graphics. Here's, here's how you like run an actual event as far as like the run of the show goes and like talking to the catering team in the hotel and handling deposits and like there's just so many things that when people are paying you thousands of dollars in my case, right, for product or service and we're putting this live event on for them, um there's really no room to screw up and have things that you just didn't think about
Hmm.
um, because people are expecting a good event. You know what I mean? This isn't some like Mickey Mouse, like, hey, we're paying you like $49 a month, dude. Like, we're gonna go sit in like, you know, a hotel room and like talk about business. Like, no, like this is gonna be a big event. So, yeah, there's no way in hell, dude. Excuse my language, but yeah, no way in hell I'm ever doing that myself or not hiring for it. And yeah, you guys were, phenomenal. Not to glaze. I gotta glaze on here,
That
right? I
goes a little
gotta
bit.
I gotta glaze a little bit. Like, yeah, you guys were phenomenal.
No, we appreciate
I
that,
will
man.
never not use anybody for events. Even like, I've got a lot of friends in the space that put on live events and stuff like that, and I look at their events and I'm just like, all right, they're just not as good. Like how did we, as someone who has never done a live event, come in, put on a banger first event, and then an absolutely like 10 times more banger event the second time? When people like I'm seeing people who've hosting like their 10th event, I'm like, dude, your stuff is so Mickey Mouse, bro. So
That's so funny,
yeah.
dude. Well, dude, to toss the glaze back a little bit, man. One thing I wanted to talk about is we do community events, community awards at your events. And honestly, like we've been doing events for a long time. I've worked with some pretty high caliber clients, and we've like to this day not seen someone hand out as many awards like per capita at event as you guys do. Just to give you guys context, like we'll usually have like 50, 60 people at the home service events, and over half the room gets an award for running a $10,000 a month business, $20,000, $50,000, some even doing $100,000 a month. So it's insane to see like half the room get up and get an award. What have those community awards done for your business? At this point, we've been doing them for a few years, and they're kind of like a staple. Like people are chasing after those. So like, what role have those community awards played for your business and your community?
Yeah, it's been really nice. Like, because there's a few things that happen. Like, they'll get the award. If they don't get it at the live event, they'll get it shipped to them.
Mhm.
Um, when they hit whatever milestone, so whether it be 10K a month, 25K a month, 50K a month, and then 83,000 or $100,000 a month. They'll send us a text, be like, I got my award. Like, I can't believe like I did this, like I was, just working a 9 to 5 a year ago. Now I have this business that's just printing me money. Okay, cool. You have people who will go on LinkedIn and kind of present it as like they just won President's Club on the sales team or something. Like, it's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So they're posting on social media and they're shouting us out, and being like, thank you so much for the award. Like, thank you for the opportunity. Like, couldn't have done it without you guys. Um, and then it's just something like I would say thirdly, like people will just, post in the school community or like have like, in the background of like their Zoom. And like it's just like a kind of a nice, cool thing to see. And then for us too, it's nice to have physical awards because like we'll use them in ads. They're great for content. So
Mhm. Yeah, no, it's good stuff. Yeah, I want to shout you guys out again because that's one thing in the info industry. I'm not saying that like everyone runs like a bad business, but there have been some bad actors where people are getting really low success rates with their clients, and it's kind of just like puts a bad name to the industry sometimes. But with you guys, like we were just blown away that first year when we got the initial list of people that were getting the award. And I was like, bro, this is like over half the people in attendance. Like that's insane. Like usually it's like a 5 to 10% of the rooms getting awards, and with you guys it was a lot more. So
yeah. And
y'all are
usually
definitely
the
doing some right over
people,
there.
yeah, usually the people who don't get awards are probably like fairly newer.
Yeah.
And just haven't got there yet. But yeah, I mean, we spend a lot of time on our product and service.
Hmm.
So, take a
Totally.
lot of pride in that, man. And to your point, yeah, like most people who are doing biz op, like you're gonna see them selling something else in like 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
They might be
No.
start an AI agency now, and then the next hot thing comes out, they're gonna be slinging that. It's like we'll just be doing cleaning until, well, who knows.
Yeah, and that's what's cool about not to go too deep into the AI rabbit hole. What you guys teach is a very future-proof business as well. Like homes will always need to be cleaned. And I know I saw that you reposted this video of this robot cleaning a house on X. But I
Yeah.
was like, those things that's not happening at least
It's a
anytime
ways
soon.
away. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
long ways away.
So y'all got it's a pretty future-proof business opportunity, which is really cool. But kind of like touching on that topic, I kind of want to round out this interview by talking about just from your perspective, because you've been in the industry for so long, like your perspective on where the coaching and info industry is going with how crazy AI is getting, and we can kind of start there, and then I want to kind of bleed that into like what role you see in-person events playing in that whole future. But starting off with the first half of that, like where do you see the info industry going in the next 1 to 3 years with how crazy AI is getting?
Um, So I don't actually foresee a ton of change. I think I predict there's going to be a lot more coaches that have like AI coaching built into their program, or maybe even like going down the software route more so, where it's like, hey, like a lot of these info companies, I'll use us as an example, have accumulated so much data around a specific topic. Us being cleaning, how to start, how to grow a cleaning business. Like we've got hundreds of thousands of hours of one-on-one coaching calls, group coaching calls, Slack messages. I mean, you name it. Like, there's a ton of data there that you could just dump into, an LLM and have, AI Johnny and Sergio.
Mm,
And so that's something that we're working on right now, and like it's actually a lot harder than we thought it would be. But um, I definitely think that more people are gonna be doing that because, like we pride ourselves on being one-on-one, and when you have one coach who has 40 to 60 clients apiece, sometimes it's going to take a little bit to get back to someone. I
mhm,
wanted as fast as humanly possible, so how cool would it be to have, if you're running a coaching or info business, at the drop of a hat you have, all of the information necessary for someone to get an answer from, and they can just
mhm.
plug in whatever question they have, and then the AI will digest it and plug it back out for you, so you never have to wait for a response.
Yeah.
So I definitely think more people are going to do that, kind of like following in what Hermosi did with Mozy AI, because like that's a phenomenal tool. Me and Sergio use that like all the time.
Mhm.
So that's pretty cool. And as far as in-person events go, like I think the coaches who care will continue to do more events. And if you or someone who's like, hey, I want to like make my product better, I want to make my service better, my info company coaching business better, adding an in-person event is just a no-brainer. And I don't think AI will ever take away in person. Like I think if in person was going to go away, COVID would have did that.
Mm,
And so like you saw the rubber band effect from like people not going out and people who were, investing thousands of dollars into like, hey, I'm going to build a cleaning business, I'm going to build an agency, I'm going to build whatever kind of business, giving them the opportunity, or even if it's not building a business, like, people who just have similar interests, giving them the opportunity to then like come out, meet in person. It's going to strengthen the community. And people always want to, connect in person. I don't think
mm,
that will ever go away. But I do think I have a really strong belief that if you are running a info coaching business, you should absolutely have an in-person event. Like
mm,
I think you're actually it's an investment, right? Don't get me wrong, right? And you can start smaller, but you're actually losing out on tons of potential deals and way more lifetime value in your clients if you aren't doing live events.
mm.
And then if you just have like a not a great product and you don't get any results, then obviously it's not going to do much for you. But if you're getting good results for people and you don't have a live event, you're leaving lots of money on the table for sure.
That's all I got for you. Absolute pleasure, man. It's been super fun to work with you guys. There's not very many people out there that you can work with that have such a good product and care about their students and their clients so much, like you guys do. So, we've learned a lot from you guys as well as founders. And it's been a pleasure, and we're excited to do more events with you guys in the future.
Yeah, same here, man. I have to start planning this year's.
Yes, sir, dude.
So